Hello students, welcome back with a new chapter. So today in geography we will study about chapter number 5, major domains of the earth. So students, as you know about the earth, earth is our, yes, it's our blue planet. Yes, and you know that some of the percent of water contains on earth and the land contains, yes, and you will be again studying the same percent of water and the same percent of the land in this chapter, and as well you will study about the continents and ocean, yeah, and somewhat about the spheres you will be studying. So let's start with the introduction. The earth is the only planet which has a life, and human being can live here because the life sustaining elements like land, water and air that are present on the earth, yeah, and we all live on the earth because of land, water and air. So the earth has 4 main spheres. Now shall we know more about it, about the spheres? So let us go with it. Firstly, we will talk about lithosphere. The surface of the earth is a complex zone in which there are 3 components of the environment, that is, environment will meet, overlap and interact. So the first one, when we talk about lithosphere, lithosphere means the solid portion of the earth on which we live. Okay, our buildings are built on the land, your schools, market, grounds are built on it. Yeah, so that is the solid portion of the earth that where we live on, and that is known as lithosphere. Secondly, we will talk about atmosphere. The gaseous layer that surrounds the earth is called atmosphere, and where oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases are found. Okay, so atmosphere in short remember as an air, lithosphere as land. Now let us talk about hydrosphere, the third sphere. Water covers a very big area of the earth's surface, and this area is known as hydrosphere. The hydrosphere comprises water in all its form, and that is like ice, water and water vapor. The biosphere is the narrow zone where we find land, water, air together, which contains all forms of life. So when we combine all the 3, that particular thing is known as the narrow zone is known as biosphere. So remember, as lithosphere land, atmosphere as an air, hydrosphere as water, and when we combine all these 3 sphere becomes biosphere. Let's talk more about lithosphere. The solid portion of the earth is called lithosphere. As you know, it is a land. So it comprises the rock of the earth, crust and the thin layer of the soil that contains nutrient elements which sustain organism. And there are 2 main divisions of the earth's surface. That is, the first one is the large land masses are known as continents. So we will study about continents, and the huge water bodies are called the ocean basin. Okay, so the 2 main division of the earth's surface we will study, that is continents and ocean in detail. Let's start with the continents. How many continents are there, students? Yes, 7 continents. So there are 7 major continents, and this have been separated by the large water bodies. So these continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. Let us revise it again. Which are the 7 continents, students? Firstly, Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. Asia. As Asia is the largest continent, it covers about one-third of total land area of the earth, and the continent lies in the eastern hemisphere, and the Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. Asia is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains on the west side, and the combined landmass of Europe and Asia is called as Eurasia. So when we combine, that is Europe plus Asia is Eurasia. Remember it that. And second one is Europe. Europe is much more smaller than Asia and the continent that lies to the west of Asia. The Arctic Circle passes through it and it's bound with the water bodies on all its three sides. Students, previously in standard 5th we have already learned about continents and ocean and we have marked the places in the world map. So, you just go through the map of the world and just locate all this place. Next is Africa. Now, Africa is the second largest continent after Asia and the equator or latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent and a large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere and you will find that is only a continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the equator and Tropic of Capricorn passes. And in that the Sahara Desert, the world's largest and the hot desert is located in Africa. So, let us just recall about it. The continent is bound on all the sides by ocean and seas and the world's longest river is the river Nile that flows through Africa and the equator, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn pass through this particular place. Next is North America. North America is the third largest continent of the world and it is linked with the South America by a very narrow strip of land and is called isthmus. We will be learning about the meaning of isthmus and strait in the next slide. The continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere. Okay, which two oceans surround it on the east and the west? Okay, you need to find the answer. The Andes, world longest mountain ranges, run through its length from north to south. And so, South America has the world's largest river, that is river Amazon. Australia. Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere and it is surrounded in all the sides by ocean and sea and so that is why it is known as the island continent. Next is Antarctica. It is completely in the southern hemisphere and it is a huge continent. Okay, so, it is larger than the combined area of Europe and Australia. The South Pole lies almost in the center of this continent. So, as it is located in the South Polar region, it is permanently covered with the thick ice sheet and there are no permanent human settlements. So, many countries over there have a research station in Antarctica, even India also has, and the research stations name are Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. So, this both are the Indian research stations. So, this is isthmus and strait. So, let us read out what is the meaning of isthmus and strait. A narrow piece of land that is connecting two larger land masses. Okay, and what is the meaning of strait? You can see over here strait, a narrow body of water that connects two larger body of the water. So, this is what difference between the meaning of isthmus as well as strait. Let us talk about hydrosphere. So, students, what do you know about hydrosphere? That means you know about water, the layer of water. The earth is called blue planet, as you know it, very simple, learning from 3rd standard, yes. So, more than 71% of the earth is covered with water and 29% is with land. How much percent of earth is covered by the water bodies? 71%, and by the land how much is being covered? 21%. So, you have to remember hydrosphere consists of water in all its form, okay, as you can say as running water in ocean, river and in lakes, ice in glacier, underground water and water vapor in atmosphere. So, all this comprises, all this contains what, students? Yes, hydrosphere, or you say water. So, more than 97% of earth's water is found in the ocean and is too salty for human use, and it's for the large portion of the rest of the water is in the form of ice sheet and glacier or under the ground, and very small percentage is available as for fresh water for humans. Ocean. Ocean are the major part of the hydrosphere and they are interconnected. So, the ocean waters are always moving. There are three chief movements of ocean water, and they are the waves, the tides and the ocean currents. The four major oceans are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, the Arctic Ocean in order and in the size. Okay, so there are five main oceans, that is Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean and Arctic Ocean. Firstly, let us talk about Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after our country, and that is India. The shape of ocean is almost triangular, and in the north it is bound by Asia, and in the west by Africa, and the east by Australia. Let us talk of Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is located within the Arctic Circle, and it surrounds the North Pole, and it is connected with the Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water, and that is known as Bering Strait, and it is bounded by the northern coast of North America and Eurasia. Atmosphere, that means the layer of air. So, the earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called the atmosphere, and this thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. So, it provides us air for breathing purpose and to protect us from the harmful rays of the sun. Atmosphere is extent height is 1600 kilometers, and it is being divided into 5 layers. Yeah, composition, temperature and properties. So, firstly troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. These are the layers of atmosphere that you will be studying deeply in the higher classes. The atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen, oxygen, which makes up about 90% of clean and dry air. Next is nitrogen. It has 78% and oxygen, that is 21%, and other gases are like carbon dioxide, argon and other comprises of like 1% in a volume. Next is oxygen, is to the breath of life, while nitrogen helps for the growth of living organism. Lastly, your topic is biosphere. So, the biosphere is the narrow zone that is in contact between the land, water and air. It has all contact of it. So, in this zone what happens is that the life has a unique, okay, as it is a unique planet, the earth, and so the life exists over here. So, there are several species of organism and that are vary in the size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals. Okay. So, all the living organism including humans are linked to each other and to biosphere for the survival. Next is the organism in the biosphere may broadly be divided into the plant kingdom as well as the animal kingdom, and the three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. But for example, cutting of forests for fulfilling our needs of wood, or clearing the land of agriculture, and may lead to this fast removal of soil from the slopes. Lastly, when we talk about the domain of the life of biosphere, emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles pollute this air, and when the carbon dioxide, that is CO2, is important constituent of air, and but increase the amount of CO2 leads to increase in global temperature, and this effect is known as global warming. So students, I hope the concept is clear to you. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you.